Thank you for viewing our Target Tape presentation, April 2016 Update and Financing Preview. I will be providing an update on our two products, the XGrid for surgery and the X-Line for radiotherapy. I will start off with a status update on our XGrid and the upcoming strategy. Next, I will provide a status update on our X-Line as well as the upcoming commercialization strategy. I will be going over our financial projections for each product and ending off with a preview with our financing. Sterile commercial product is now available. The initial production estimate was disrupted due to several material defects. A pivot to the embodiment design solved these challenges. Once commercial product was ready, the company began building a sales channel. The first logical step was to sell the device directly to hospitals. Several surgeons were eager to get the device into their procedure. However, hospital approval was first needed. This direct pathway was underestimated and some approvals took close to a year. Although the surgeons were eager to get the device, the purchasing committees and other decision makers created an environment with too much bureaucracy. The company then explored distributors. These distributors are primarily in the US and sell implants to hospitals. These implants are the plates and screws inserted into the body and can cost $5,000 to $20,000. The XGrid is a nice accessory to their portfolio. The distributors still needed to go through the hospital purchasing processes, but their financial motivation was not enough. A $10,000 implant could pay out $1,000 in commissions, whereas a 30% commission on XGrid is negligible to their efforts. Surgeon and distributor feedback kept leading back to suggestions of working directly with the implant manufacturers. Having XGrid as part of the implant set would bypass the need to have the item purchased as a separate item. An implant usually comes with a series of tools to help the surgeon with the surgery. XGrid is a value-added device that could be included in the toolkit. It would provide value to the manufacturer by giving them an additional competitive edge, as their set can now claim reduced radiation and time savings over their competitors. In addition, the cost of XGrid is negligible compared to the thousands of dollars they charge for the implant. To assist with discussions with implant companies, a surgeon champion is needed. Dr. Ki Kim has signed on as a clinical consultant and will be engaged with implant companies. The strategy moving forward is to utilize our clinical consultants to help us leverage the established sales channels created by implant companies. Examples of implant companies include Medtronic, Globus, Zimmer, LDR, J&J, and Cardinal. Dr. Ki Kim is the Chief of Spine Surgery at UC Davis. He has been using homemade grids that mimic XGrid and has published a study on this. Dr. Kim is a respected, experienced surgeon with a personal story with radiation exposure. He has also developed products with Globus, Zimmer, and LDR. His contacts with these companies will help us form a partnership. We recently met with J&J and they have expressed interest in continuing the conversation. They are performing due diligence, but the plan is to have J&J meet with us and Dr. Kim at UC Davis in late April. Dr. Jin T is a younger local surgeon at VGH. He is performing a 50-patient study and uses Medtronic products in his procedures. He has agreed to provide assistance during meetings with local Medtronic office. Communication with the local Medtronic group was recently established. There are also other market potentials in orthopedics. The device has helped with hardware and surgeon, a local surgeons Dr. Blahut and Dr. Gee from VGH has offered to provide further assistance. In higher volumes, the cost of goods of the product drops to an estimated $6 for the small and $8 for the large. Pricing feedback has ranged from $20 to $30. This leaves healthy margins at the lower end with at least 70%. At a global level, approximately 800,000 spine fusions are performed every year. Half of those occur in the US. To get a sense of the market size, Medtronic has a 42% market share. This estimates that 336,000 spine fusions use Medtronic implants. If Target Tape is incorporated into the Medtronic kit, this translates to $10 million in revenue and $7.3 million in profits. J&J, Stryker, and Zimmer are the trailing leaders, and their projections have also been estimated as well. There is a potential market of $24 million in spine fusions alone. There are also several other types of spine procedures XGrid can be used in addition. With regards to orthopedics, 1 million leg fractures are performed globally, half within the US. J&J is the market leader with an estimated 470,000 procedures. If Target Tape is incorporated into J&J's system, this translates to $9.4 million in revenue and $6.6 million in profits. Stryker, Zimmer, and Smith & Nephew are the trailing leaders. Their projections have also been estimated. There is a market potential of $20 million in leg fractures repairs alone. There are also several other types of orthopedic procedures X-Grid can be used in addition. Exciting developments have been happening with our newest product, the X-Line. The X-Line helps solve image distortion during radiotherapy planning. Radiotherapy helps treat cancer by exposing a beam of radiation into a tumor. The BC Cancer Agency approached us thinking our technology from X-Grid could help solve a completely different problem experienced in surgery. When a large patient is imaged with a CT scanner, their body outline is distorted. As you can see from the image on the right, the blue outline is not the true contour. Our device is an adhesive strip with radiopaque lines printed on it. The middle image shows our device applied to a large patient. When the patient is scanned, a series of dots appear on the CT cross-section, as you can see on the image on the right. Simply connect the dots and a perfect body contour is made. An accurate body contour is needed to measure the depth from the patient's skin to the tumor. This measurement is needed to calculate radiation treatment dosage. After speaking to dozens of centers, most of them simply guessed the contour, which is very inaccurate. The device began development with assistance from the BC Cancer Agency in Surrey. It has taken off very quickly and with only 7 months needed from concept to sales. The patent-pending device has taken off like wildfire, with 24 centers participating in our commercial launch. A Canadian distributor has purchased inventory from us and is in the early stages of their launch. A US distributor has also purchased inventory and are also beginning their launch too. Unlike distribution to operating rooms, distribution to cancer centers is more straightforward, since comparable disposable devices are currently being sold through distributors. The device can be licensed or acquired by a company called Beakly. Beakly manufactures and sells disposable products for radiotherapy. We met with their decision makers in November and they have expressed interest in licensing the technology and is currently performing due diligence before re-engaging communication. If a deal with Beakly cannot be made, there is the opportunity to create products similar to Beakly's portfolio, but improved. Our local radiotherapy team has suggested various improvements to Beakly's product that our manufacturer can accommodate. Within Canada, a short-term exclusive distribution agreement has been entered with UltraRay. They are Canada's largest radiotherapy distributor and has a sales presence in every single cancer center in Canada. They are also the exclusive distributor for Beakly, the previous company we described that could be a potential acquirer or licensor. In the US, RPD is our non-exclusive distributor. 2 to 3 more American distributors are also available, but early talks with them have resulted in them wanting exclusive rights. We have not pursued this, so our options with Beakly are kept open for now. Direct sales efforts are also underway. Unlike the operating room, decisions are less bureaucratic in cancer centers, with the lead physicist or dosimetrist making most of the decisions. America's largest cancer center organization has evaluated the device with several of their decision makers in meetings, and the Northeast region is evaluating actual devices in 12 of their centers. The feedback has been very positive so far, and assuming their experience is similar to BC Cancer Agency's, this gives us the opportunity to get into up to 150 centers very quickly. The margins of the X-Line are very attractive. In high volumes, the cost of goods is estimated to be $25 for a 50-foot row. A 50-foot row helps 5 to 7 patients. An end-user price of $315 US has been established with products that Beakly sells. Beakly sells a line of products for $60 per 10-foot row. We have simply matched their price so that our sales efforts goes under the radar within these cancer centers. Our distributors have purchased at our wholesale price of $220. We have very healthy margins of 90%. To give an idea of the value with 21st Century Oncology, it is projected that $584,000 in revenue would be generated at a cost of $55,000. This very profitable contract could produce $530,000 in profits. If only half their centers adopted the device, this could lead to break-even cash flow. If our direct efforts can secure 300 centers, including 21st Century Oncology, this would bring in $1.17 million in revenue at a cost of $110,000. Over $1 million in profits would be realized. If our distributors service 2,200 centers, an additional $6.27 million in profits are available. The cost under the distributor column is both the cost of good as well as the distributor's commission. Total profits of over $7 million can be reached within the US. Since the X-Line recently launched in April, it can take several weeks for us to receive sales data. In the near future, we will have more confident sales projections once we have more appropriate data. This will then be provided to shareholders with a proper cash flow projection rather than making too many assumptions. Between $250,000 and $500,000 is being raised. Soft commitments of $20,000 from a surgeon and $25,000 from a radiologist have been received. Both are current shareholders. The funds will be in the form of equity or convertible debt. The primary use of the funds is to accelerate the sales of X-Line, helping our US distributor, hiring a sales manager for direct sales, and exploring a license with Beakly or another player. As the X-Line sales channel is being developed, a partnership with a large implant company will be nurtured. Due to the slower-paced environment of the X-Grid, our energy will be focused initially on the X-Line as companies with the X-Grid move through different stages of the sales funnel. Please keep in mind this is only a preview of our financing, and we will be providing additional information in May, such as cash flow projections with proper justifications, as well as term sheets. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to contact me anytime.